What up? It's your boy, K Blau, Hood X. Sign up hoodx.com. Man, I just want to make this rant. I want to make this rant real quick because, man, there's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot of people have no idea, and I just want to suggest that, you know, I study a lot of film. You know what I'm saying? If you don't follow the Marvel cinematic universe, what's going on right now, I highly suggest that you follow the storylines, what's going on with that, because right now, man, the world is going through a change right now, and I think Marvel really has grasped the idea of what we're going through as far as a lot of things, like with the X-Men, with the Avengers, and you know what I'm saying, the X-Men was really black people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that Magneto and Professor X represent Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Different ideologies on black people, and the mutants was really black people. You know what I'm saying? And the direction that Malcolm X was trying to take black people with the Nation of Islam was more of a militant approach. That's what Magneto take. And then you got like Martin Luther King with the NCC and the nonviolent approach, the ideology of Gandhi and stuff like that, was kind of where Professor X with the X-Men is kind of going on. You know what I'm saying? But many people do not know that the X-Men is really about black people. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to tell people to wake up that we moving into an age where mutants is gonna have these abilities, these kind of psychic abilities, being able to talk, and moving into an age of time where we moving where, like, you gotta know what the fuck is going on, or if not, you're gonna be like one of the mutants who don't know how to use their powers. You know what I'm saying? The world is lining up. When in 2012 hit, a lot of people didn't know what happened with 2012. They were saying that the end of the world was coming. It's not the end of the world. What it was that the planets all lined up. If you watch the movie Thor Ragnarok, the second Thor movie, they say this in that movie. So I'm saying all of the planets have lined up. So, you know, Jupiter, Saturn, all of the planets have lined up and moving in one spiral together. We all moving in sync with each other. All the places never had this. So the energy that's coming from Saturn, the energy that's coming from Jupiter, the energy that's coming from all these other planets are all moving in sync. It's like when you're on a highway and you got like 5 cars all moving at the same time. Well, if a truck kind of bounce and it vibrate, it's gonna make your car, the wind in between that is gonna make your car kind of vibrate too. You kind of moving with the car, with the truck. So, you know what I'm saying? If you watch the scene in Thor Part 2, they said this shit. They was like, you know, the guy went crazy. He was in a mental institution. The scientist's name was Eric Selvig. He was the guy that it was explaining. You know, if you watch the movie Avengers, Eric, the professor, he was the guy that actually went and got the Tesseract. Loki was controlling him. He was the guy that Loki took control of his mind. And he was the guy that actually opened up this parallel universe with this wormhole that had all of these aliens and shit coming through. Well, Eric Selvig, the guy in the Avengers, he was the scientist who put this thought together. He was like, look, man, like all of the planets are lining up. So you gotta know that the energy that's coming from this planet is gonna have a direct effect on this planet. You see what I'm saying? And he explained this in a real good scene. It was genius how they did it in Thor Ragnarok, Thor Part 2. You know what I'm saying? He explained all of this, and Stan Lee was in the mental institution. He was like, man, can I have my shoe back? It was a fucking brilliant scene, man, how they did it, because you can't come out and say these type of things living in the day and age we in. That's why Donald Trump won president, is because, like, we moving into a time where, like, people want real information. People don't want to be lied and tricked no more. You got to remember, like, the Illuminati is Pisces. You know what I'm saying? The Illuminati, the quote-unquote Illuminati, some people believe this is real, some people don't believe it, whatever. But, like, this whole day and age we living in is the age of Pisces. You see what I'm saying? The age of Pisces created all of this misinformation, all of this, the way that we don't understand what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? America was born out of the age of Pisces, along with London, along with a lot of all of these, the age that we living in, that we can clearly see we coming out of this time where, like, people are waking up, and, like, you like, man, people look up, it's like Donald Trump is the president. Like, everybody thought that, you know what I'm saying, that Hillary Clinton was gonna win. Well, guess what? She didn't win. Donald Trump won because we moving out of this energy, all this old energy, all of this hidden information, all these secret societies is being exposed. All of this Piscean energy is we coming out of that shit. You see what I'm saying? A lot of Pisces people has having a rough time right now, and they are really agents. You know what I'm saying? If you know a Pisces person right now, all you got to do is look at them and look at what they going through. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to see what the planet is going through. The planet is going through a change right now. You know what I'm saying? And the Pisces people and a lot of the water people don't know what the fuck to do. Like, when you can pull out a phone now and just record somebody doing some stupid shit and throw it on the internet and get 1 million, 2 million views, this shit has an effect on people's soul. You see what I'm saying? People are getting exposed left and right. You can't just come out and say, you know, things are this way, things are that way. People can go right on their phone and Google it and see if what the fuck you saying is true. You see what I'm saying? And then if it ain't true, then they're gonna get the fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? Well, you know, in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s, you couldn't do this. We was deep under the Piscean energy. When you go back under the 1800s and the 1700s and the 1600s, all this is Piscean energy. Back when slavery kicked off, all of this shit happened under the Pisces watch. You see what I'm saying? Pisces let us get sold into slavery. The Pisces energy got us under America. You know what I'm saying? Pisces child is Cancer, which is America. You see what I'm saying? That's the child of the Pisces energy. Just like London, it's a child of the Pisces energy. You see what I'm saying? The age we moving to now is the age of Aquarius. I'm Aquarius. That's why they say Jesus coming back with like shout out to Pomo. Poe, he said Jesus coming back with the sword. You see what I'm saying? That's what that's when you seeing shit like Donald Trump pop up. I'm not saying Donald Trump is Jesus with a sword. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's starting to trickle through. You starting to see just some other shit cracking through the ether. Like you seeing like motherfuckers saying wild shit like the shit I'm saying in this video. You see what I'm saying? People are saying a lot of unorthodox energy, you know, giving a lot of unorthodox energy because we moving into a time just like, you know what I'm saying, back in the early 1900s, man, the early 1910s, 1920s. You see what I'm saying? Right before Hitler got big in the 30s and 40s, you see what I'm saying? There was a lot of this energy moving around in the early 1900s. You see what I'm saying? It was a lot of intergalactical shift going on where people was talking about the planets and people was talking about, you know, the influence of white gods and black gods, you know what I'm saying, before the race war kicked off. You see what I'm saying? Hitler, a lot of things he was talking about with Orion energy and the Nordics, the blonde hair, blue eyes, and the Aryan nation being able to take over the world and have their right to claim. You see what I'm saying? This is a concept called Nordics. You see what I'm saying? Nordics whites are different from regular whites. You know what I'm saying? Where they have blonde hair, blue eyes, where they live in the northern northern part of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They always fucking with computers and technology and shit like that. They real technology type. Well, these are Nordic white people. You see what I'm saying? This is what Hitler wanted to wipe out the population and make the whole world blonde hair, blue eyed people. You see what I'm saying? Well, this is the definition of white supremacy. This is why a lot of times you don't hear Hitler's speeches translated over into English because of the things he was saying was more on an intergalactical level. He was talking about Nordic gods versus black gods coming from Orion and Sirius B, and these people were completely in tune with what was going on in the universe. You see what I'm saying? And they were just like the Nation of Islam with Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? His ideology and him preaching that the black man was gods and that the earth was naturally given to the black man. You know what I'm saying? But then you got Hitler on the other end saying, no, it's a white man's world, and you know what I'm saying, and the Nordics and these people like, you know what I'm saying? Well, this is intergalactical warfare. You see what I'm saying? And it's playing out inside the minds of the people as us here on the earth. And if you don't know this, you know what I'm saying, right now, when 2012 hit, all of the planets lined up. You see what I'm saying? So whatever you was doing in 2012, if that's what you was on, well, that's what you stuck doing. Like if you haven't woken, basically what I'm saying, if you ain't woke up by 2012, you see what I'm saying, you're going to be asleep. If you're not conscious by 2012, you see what I'm saying, you're going to be kind of stuck in the Piscean energy. You know what I'm saying? That's when you look at like shit like World Star, when you look at like the ignorant shit that people be sharing on Facebook, all these fights and all this craziness. Well, these are the people that are still stuck under that Piscean energy. That's why you can sit back from a third eye and videotape it. Like when you get caught in some drama right now, anybody can pull out a phone and record you doing some crazy shit, jumping outside your body. You can time travel. Well, these are things naturally under the Aquarian energy. That's why Aquarius is understand time travel, and not necessarily time travel, you getting in a machine to travel back in time. It's like, no, people can pull out a camera and record you doing some goofy shit. So you got to be in control of your emotions. You got to be in control of your belief system. You got to be in control. These are, when you understand Pisces is I believe. Their keyword is belief. You see what I'm saying? Cancers, their keyword is feelings. The I feel. You see what I'm saying? So if you can't control your feelings and if you can't control your belief system in the age of Aquarius, you better fucking believe you gonna get caught on camera doing some stupid shit. You gonna end up on World Star. You gonna end up somewhere like on some crazy shit. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what 2012 represented. It was representing a time where it's like, now you have to control your emotions. You have to control your belief system. You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna start seeing shit like Donald Trump become president. You're gonna start seeing, you know what I'm saying, just shit, crazy shit on the internet. You're gonna start seeing shit like World Star. You're gonna start seeing ignorance, like flooding all over the place. You're gonna see floods of ignorance all over the place. And if you don't have an intergalactical mind, if you don't understand, you know what I'm saying, that these gods are putting their position in place on Earth, you're gonna be lost. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna be lost. And I highly suggest that you watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you're not following the storyline of the things that they're showing of where this is leading with the Infinity War, this is exactly what Marvel has done a brilliant job. Not even just with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also with the X-Men, the things that they're portraying with Apocalypse, with Professor X and Wolverine and Magneto. The difference between Magneto and they show you that the difference between Magneto and Professor X, they had two different ideologies, but you see, like, when Apocalypse came back, it was like a whole intergalactical change happened. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we're moving past. We're moving past the little petty differences between the black man and the white man and the black and the Mexican. We're moving past all of that shit, and we're moving into an intergalactical time. You see what I'm saying? And if you wasn't on your shit by 2012, you better believe you short. You're gonna be short. You see what I'm saying? If you still have time to try to wake up, but like there's a 90% chance if you weren't conscious by 2012, you never gonna be conscious. You see what I'm saying? You have to know this. The planets are all moving in one giant force all together. It's just like I say, like 10 cars all on the highway, all moving at the same time. If one car fuck up, all 10 cars is gonna smash. You see what I'm saying? So what the fuck is, you need to know who the fuck is driving this car, who the fuck is driving that car, who the fuck is under this energy, who the fuck is under that energy, because we are all in this together. You see what I'm saying? And if you next to a motherfucker that's sleep, you better believe you gonna end up fucked up. So you gotta know the energies. You gotta know that the shit you seeing on the surface is way more shit going on than the shit you seeing with your two eyes. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have a third eye, if you can't see the underlying meaning behind what your two eyes is seeing, you're gonna be fucked, I promise you. 2012, it was the end. It was the end of this world. That's why you seeing shit like Donald Trump becoming your president. You're starting to see this shit trickle in. The age of Aquarius is starting to trickle in. We're not fucking sleep no more. We waking up. There's a huge mass awakening going on. You see what I'm saying? That's why Hillary Clinton is somewhere in a fucking room crying her fucking eyes out, because this the same bitch that fucking got Gaddafi. She the one that got Gaddafi killed. You see what I'm saying? And they were trying to rule under that reign. That reign is coming to an end. You see what I'm saying? The people are waking up. The consciousness cannot be stopped. You see what I'm saying? If you don't know who I am, follow me on hoodx.com. My name is K Blau Hoodx. Right now, as I'm talking, I'm driving across the country right now. You see what I'm saying? I am not grounded. I'm moving at 100 miles an hour as I'm sitting there talking to you, all right? Moving from state to state. I am not grounded on Earth. I am constantly moving fast as fuck. So I'm not from Illinois. I'm not from Pennsylvania. I'm not from New York. I'm an intergalactical being. When you look at me, just know I am an intergalactical being. I move across the Earth fast as hell, all right? I'm not on the little petty shit that I be seeing on Facebook, all that shit. That stop tagging me in fucking stupid petty shit, this fucking ignorant, dumbass shit. You don't know how I look at it, all right? I'm an intergalactical being. I'm not on this shit. Shout out to Pomo and shout out to everybody who fucking woke. Sign up for HoodX.